Hey guys, making this video because I was having a conversation with a few of my friends about just some people's mindsets and the way that they think, and I just kind of wanted to put it all down because it was way too much to type out. And being that I don't have this all pre-written, I may just kind of go off on a tangent. So I thought it just made more sense to actually put onto a video. Side note, excuse the mess in the back. I've got a newborn, I have a toddler. They're both awake. They're all over the place. Trying to clean up after them while they're awake is like trying to clean up after a hurricane. Just saying. So, disclaimer done. So, I want to specifically talk about what's going on with this Black Friday. If you're not familiar with Black Friday, and I'm not sure if you live in the U.S., you should be. It's the shopping bonanza of the year. People literally wait all year long to go ahead and shop on that day, and including Cyber Monday. Some online retailers are realizing online sales are sometimes much better than their in-person sales. So people literally wait until now to actually go ahead and do most of their holiday shopping, which there's nothing wrong with. If you have the money to go ahead and do so, by all means take advantage of opportunity. That's what opportunities are there for. But this is more often not the case with most people. They will go ahead and buy things that, one, they can't afford, two, they just got a paycheck for, and they're putting other bills and items on hold to actually purchase these items, and all for the sake of saying, hey, I have this. It's not an asset. It's not something that's actually going to help them or better their life. It is something for them just to have. As my dear friend LJ puts it, it is called the somebody syndrome. That's another video. But I specifically wanted to highlight two items that are coming out that I know a lot of people are coveting at this moment in time. Why? Because they're a short supply of the items, specifically the Jordans, and the people really want these and are willing to pay top dollar to get them. So first being the Xbox. Unless you've been living under a rock, then you know that Microsoft/Xbox has released a new system, and this new system it's pretty damn cool, to be honest. It's great to hang out, with your family and your friends, playing a few games, especially if you're on a budget. And if you don't have boys or girls that are gamers, parents out there, then you would know that, each game costs an additional roughly $60 plus tax. And then there's, of course, additional accessories. Why do I know these things? Because my husband's a gamer, and I also like to game when I have my spare time. With two kids, that's been not really much existent these days, but that's the price you pay with being a parent. Kind of comes with the territory. So while the system is definitely worth the price tag that's put on it, most people can't afford the price tag that's put on it. They're just doing whatever they need to get it, to say that they have it, so that they can. It's kind of like a status thing, almost the same way as the Jordans are coming out on Black Friday, and that's going to be an absolute frenzy because it's a limited edition. These colors never come back out. I don't know what number this version is. The style of shoe always is the same, but the colors always are changing, and so people will do whatever it takes to just have these status symbols just for the sake of saying I've got Jordans on my feet. Now here's my issue with this. Both of these are not true assets. Why? Because most people who actually are purchasing them do have no intention of actually selling them to actually acquire funds. An asset is something that is an actual financial monetary benefit for you. So meaning the people who are purchasing that plan to just have it to have it. Now, being that Black Friday happens on Friday, most people are either getting paid first thing that morning because the day before is Thanksgiving, or maybe they've gotten paid the week before. And so they're taking that same paycheck, because we all know the average American, if you look up statistically, makes about $50,000 a year. Taking that paycheck that they got the week before, because they're living paycheck to paycheck, to go ahead and go out on this shopping spree. And while that's great and all, when they return back to work, because again, remember, they're living paycheck to paycheck, they have to go ahead and make up for the money that they didn't have to pay bills that are limited in the first place for the shopping trip that they just took that they didn't have the money for in the first place. Did you follow all of that? You get what I'm saying? So The greatest problem that we have, I think, as a people who are not financially sound or don't have enough information on how to spread our wealth accordingly, is that we try to purchase things that, one, are not of necessity, two, are not assets, as in they'll bring monetary gain to us, just for the sake of saying I have this or I'm feeling good in this moment. It's kind of it's this instant gratification that keeps us in a poverty mindset, and that unfortunately is the problem. It is the problem and the downfall of most people today. They'll continue to do something yielding the exact same result, but want a different result, but won't change the action. That is the definition of insanity. So when you look at a business like Wake Up Now, which I'm in and I absolutely love, not just because I'm in it, but because the model makes sense. Beyond the model making sense, I have a team that is bar none the best team I've ever been on in any business whatsoever. I've been an entrepreneur on my own. I have worked in corporate America for a very long time. I've been in other businesses, and this is the most support, this is the most engaged, this is the most training that I've ever received in one setting collectively, hands down. And it's totally worth the $100 that I pay per month, which technically I don't pay anymore because I already have my 3 people underneath me. Now we're working on my team, building their team. So it's completely worth the price tag. And what I decided to do, instead of engaging in shoes that are going to be devalued the minute I put them on my feet, or buying a system that unfortunately is going to require a whole lot of extra money than what I would like to spend right now, I'm putting that into my business. I'm putting that into advertising. I'm putting that to grow within my team, because if I can financially help them reach their goals, I'm going to be in a position where literally at a minimum, and this is the the minimum of what you can start earning with Wake Up Now, you're talking $600 a month. For some people, when you initially hear that, that's not really life changing. But let's look at these 2 items that so many people are coveting. You're talking about me being able to buy an Xbox every single month if I want to, at $600 a month. You're talking about me being able to buy 3 pair of Jordans if I wanted to, with that additional income. And this is something you can do full-time or part-time. So the logic here of when people say, oh, $600 isn't a lot, well, when you think of it of things that you want to buy, of things, just being able to have the luxury of saying, you know what, I do want to go out and go get my nails done, or I want to go out and spend $100 with me and my husband on a nice date night. It starts to make a difference in your life, because it's not extra money that you're looking for. It's not extra money that you're trying to find a way to rob Peter to pay Paul. It's just an addition to, and that's just the beginning. One of my leaders, Alfredo, we're talking, he's making $2,500 a month, and he's been in this for 3 months. So you're telling me that you would rather spend your money on something that's going to be devalued the minute that you put it on, is going to cost you, in addition to the $500 that you spend, an additional $75 possible dollars after tax, for you to actually enjoy a system that you spent money on that you didn't have in the first place. Or you could get into a business in which you're investing in yourself to ensure that you can secure your financial future, so that you can make purchases like this all of the time. The problem with most people is that they want that instant gratification, so they want it when they want it. They want it right when everyone else has it, right when everyone's talking about it, because they just have to be in the now. They have to be the people that are talking about this when everybody else is. The difference between me and other people is that does nothing for me. I would rather go without. Right now, I would rather say, you know what, I'm not going to buy this, I'm not going to buy that, I will put things on hold to get to a greater goal. Because this same time next year, when they're sitting and playing their Xboxes and they're tired of the Jordans because they've messed up on their feet, they've devalued, it's been a year now, you want to change up a few things, I'll be out traveling. I'll be out, taking $5,000-$10,000 out of my account at one time, because I can. So you got to figure out what's the most important thing for you to do. You have to make a decision of what is most important for my life right now. What makes the most sense? Should I invest it within myself? Should I put something into my account for the future? Or should I just kind of live life fancy free and just kind of see where it takes me? And that's fine. You can kind of keep doing that. Trust me, I will be here with this opportunity doing what I need to do. But I can assure you, you're not going to make the same kind of money that you will with me unless you join me now. I can assure you of that, because everything is timing in this business. And just like if you were to go ahead and buy stock, you got to buy it at the right time while the price is low before it goes up, and then you got to get out at the right time. It's all a game. So you got to figure out which game do you want to play. The game where you keep being broke and you have nice things and you can kind of sort of talk about it and go back to a job that you hate, or you can play the game that the millionaires play, and that's the track that I'm on. So rant over, getting off my soapbox, but I just felt like I needed to go ahead and vent that out. So you can see here, check out the website 22s.com/powerhouse. It's going to give you all the information you need to join Wake Up Now, and I would love to see you guys on the other side.